What is going on, y'all? Future me here. Just wanted to let you guys know that I have another intro that I'm going to be using for my videos. I'm going through a bit of an intro crisis right now. I can't find an intro that is actually perfect, or like something that would be like, oh yes, that's perfect. So I hope that you guys enjoy this intro, and also make sure to enjoy this video. What is going on, JP Squad? It is your boy Joel. We back at it again with another video, and today we're going to be watching some spooky animation. So let's get right into it. But before we do that, make sure to always hit subscribe, as well as to ring the bell to get notifications every single time I upload. And let's get into the video.
For a little backstory, I'm trans. I try to present as male as best as I can, but it's still pretty obvious that I'm biologically female.
Wait, what? So we got this man over here who says he tries to basically act like male, but he's a trans. So it is appearing to everyone that he is biologically female? Yeah, I don't even like this story already. Nope, not gonna do it.
I also live in a very religious area, so it's not a very common or accepted thing. One of our neighbors is a priest, but he's very accepting, and his house is a bit like a second home for me, because I think of him like one of my grandparents, and he sees me as a grandson.
Oh, okay, so this man slash woman living his best life up here with a priest and stuff. Okay, I see I don't know what any of this has to do with, like, maybe you have to always add a backstory or something like that. I don't know. Let's keep watching.
Anyway, I was walking home from school during the winter a few years ago, and it had started snowing. Needless to say, it was pretty damn cold, and I was miserable.
See, that's their first mistake. They over here walking outside at night in the dark, and then it starts snowing. Like, that is the situation, that is the issue with all of these people with these spooky stories. Oh, I went here by myself. I went here alone. I went there at the middle of the night. No, don't do that. That is stupid. Like, what is wrong with you?
The wind felt like it ignored my clothes and chilled me right to the bone. It was hard to hurry because the freezing wind made my muscles really stiff. I was only maybe a quarter of the way home when a car slowed down and pulled up next to me.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. You walking in the dark and a car pulls up next to you?
I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch.
I am going to run the other direction, and if they chase me with that car and hit me, then I'm going to heaven.
It was just a little old lady. She looked nice enough, and at this point I was willing to do anything to get out of walking another 3 miles in the cold.
Can we just look at this lady? Like, look at her. She literally looks sketchy AF. Hell no, I'm not getting in no car with a lady like this. You got me about bent. No.
So I got in when she offered to give me a ride. It felt a hell of a lot better in that car than it did to walk. She was very nice at first. She prattled on about how her grandchildren went to the same school as me, talked about how lucky we were to live in such a nice Christian community, and so on.
So he's sitting here in this woman's stranger car talking about his life. Keep in mind that he doesn't know this woman. Did your parents not teach you, like, stranger danger? I know my dad used to say it all the time. He used to be like, stranger danger, stranger danger. I'd be like, yes, stranger danger. I don't know, you're of danger towards me, so you don't come anywhere in my bubble.
When she started on about being a good Christian, about how much she loved Jesus, I was a bit uncomfortable, but I didn't say anything. After all, even though I'm not a Christian myself, it isn't my place to say anything about religion. Believe what you believe and all that. She'd just been nice enough to give me a ride, so I didn't want to offend her. When she started talking about Leviticus, that's when I knew I had messed up by getting into her car.
Leviticus? Leviticus? Did I say that right? What is that? Is that some type of, like, psychopathic thing or something? I don't even know what that is. What is that? Let's go ahead and find out.
She started going on and on about gay people and how they're just confused, how man should not lay with man, and so on.
Oh, so she's one of those Christian people that are against the gays. Oh. And then he's a trans. Well, it's a trans. So I bet you he's feeling very uncomfortable at this point. I'd be like, pull over? Definitely would tell him to pull over.
We were getting close to where I was going to have her drop me off. When I mentioned that she could drop me off there, she looked over at me and didn't say anything. She didn't slow down either.
Oh, heck no. She knows. She knows he's a trans. And that's like, she's literally sitting in the car. She is literally sitting in the car with everything that she goes against. Y'all leave a comment. What would y'all do if y'all were sitting in the car and you were sitting with someone who everything you believed they went against? How would you react? What would you do? How would you feel? I want to know. I'm concerned.
I was starting to get nervous. We passed the point I'd told her about. I looked over at her and said something along the lines of, "You can let me out here." She gripped the steering wheel really hard and said,
"I can't let you out. You need me."
No. Like, y'all do not understand how creeped out I would be. Do you know what I would do? I would hit that, open the door, throw myself out of the car. Onto the ground. That is what I would do. Yes. Oh, hell no. No.
I asked her what the hell she was talking about, and she turned to me.
"Your short hair. I knew I needed to help you when I saw it. You're a sick girl. You need to let go of the demon inside you."
I tried to cast aside the discomfort of being called a girl and stumbled out something about just liking short hair.
I told y'all this creepy ass woman knew about her and her trans. And now she's probably gonna do something crazy to her. Him. I'm so sorry, whatever you go by. I will fully respect it. It's 2020. People can be whatever they want. If you want to be a chicken, you can be a chicken. If you want to be like a pencil, be a freaking pencil. Like, you can be whatever you want. It's 2020. If I want to be a YouTube...
Having a boyfriend, anything that would make me seem a little bit more innocent in her eyes. But it didn't look like she believed me. I wanted to cry as I watched the drop-off point get further and further away. I begged her to let me out, promised that I would go to church, repent my sins, as long as she let me out and let me go home to my family. She screamed at me that she hated dykes and that she was going to call her son to help her, quote, fix me.
So this woman is, again, like I said earlier, sitting in a car with everything she goes against. She screams at this man, talking about some, "I hate dykes," and stuff like that, talking about she gonna get her son to fix him. What does she mean by fix? She's going to be cut into pieces. Oh, so bad for her.
At that point, I knew I needed to get out. I grabbed the handle and unlocked the door, only to feel my hopes sink as the electric lock kicked in and relocked it. She was still screeching about how I just needed to be with a man and it would fix me. That accepting God's truth would fix me.
Oh, I think I know what's gonna happen. You know how she was, so he basically just stated that she said it with him, if she gets with a man, she will understand and get fixed. So I think the woman is gonna try to get her son to have sex with her.
It might sound ridiculous to be afraid of an old Christian lady, but I was terrified. I was so scared of what would happen if I didn't get out. I took my chance and rolled down the window as fast as I could and made a jump for it.
Yes! Oh my goodness, can we just give her a round of applause? She finally did the smart things. Something that somebody in this generation would do. Not sit there and try to talk your way out, because that never works. They're psychos. They don't talk. They just do.
I landed on a pile of rocks and my breath was knocked out of me. I could hardly move. Everything in my body hurt horribly, but I knew I needed to get out of Dodge before she decided to come back. I got up and limped into my neighborhood. As soon as I came to that old priest's house, I snapped out of the stupor I was in and was hysterical.
Wherever she jumped out, she was actually near her neighborhood, so she managed to get the rest of her stamina up and crawl to the priest that she was talking about earlier. The one that she said calls her grandfather. She feels like, family. Because he accepts her for who she wants to be. So hopefully, that lady do not come back.
I banged wildly on the door until he let me in, and I cried uncontrollably while he called the police. I was taken to the hospital after I told the police what had happened. The jump from that car broke my femur in 4 places and cracked both my knees.
Woo! Okay, so we breaking bones now. So apparently when she jumped out of the car, her several bones on her body had actually broke. But the thing is, if she would have never jumped out of the car at all, she would have had more than a few broken bones. Probably would have been in pieces up on some all-religious psycho lady's wall. I'd take some broken bones over separated body parts any day. I don't know about you, but definitely would.
It amazed doctors that I was able to make it to the priest's house in the condition that I was in. I've never seen that lady again or her car, but since then I never walked to or from school alone anymore. I can only hope nobody ever got into her car again.
See, there's always a thing with these type of stories. There's always a lesson to be learned. Always make sure to keep out with your surroundings and never ever walk alone. I remember at my other schools when I was smaller and much dumber, they had a little thing called the buddy system. Everybody and their mama know what the buddy system is. You basically never walk anywhere alone. Walk with at least one person with you. Because ain't nobody finna drive down the road just to snatch up 2 people. Alright, so that is it for this video. I kept it short and sweet. We were reacting to these videos, and I hope that you enjoyed this one. And if you did, be sure to leave a like as well as a comment. And as always, make sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. Alright, JP Squad, that is it for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. A couple of days ago, I did a collab with one of my close friends. Her YouTube channel is called Cynthia's Vlogs. So you can go check out both of our videos right here. This one and this one. These are the thumbnails for them. Go check them out. Show them some love. And you will be seeing some future collabs with us in the future.